In this session, let's understand how to use this GUI status to load our custom menu options. To load our custom menu, we have to first create this GUI status using the menu painter tool SE41. Using from Object Navigator, you can right click on the program name, select create and select this GUI status. Give some name for your status. Let's say GUI for 100 screen. You can load different GUIs status for different screens. So if you have multiple screen for the program, then for each screen you can create a different GUI status and load that when that particular screen is displayed, so that you can show different menu options to the user based on the screen that he is looking at. And keep this status type as normal screen. If you want to create for dialog box, you select the dialog box. And if you want to show some context menu, like if you right clicks on the screen and you want to show some menu options, then you select this context menu. So here you have this menu bar, application toolbar and function keys. If you want to show some menu options, you create them here under the menu bar. If you want to show some application toolbar buttons, you maintain them here. And in this function keys, you can actually maintain the function keys for your standard toolbar. So for our application, let's enable these 3 back, exit, cancel buttons. So all you have to do is maintain some function code here. Sorry, exit and cancel. And to create something in the application toolbar, you can expand this and give some function code. Let's say we'll create one refresh button. So I'll say refresh and hit enter. It will open this dialog box. Click continue. And here you can give some function text. So let's say refresh. And by pressing this F4, you can select the icon that you want to show. So if you want to search, click this find and search for the refresh icon. So this icon refresh. All these icons you can see in a table called icon. So in S11, if you open this ICON table, there it will list all the available icons in the system. And you can give some info text so that when the user points his mouse on this button, it will display this info text. Refresh the transaction. Click OK. You can also give one function key so that instead of clicking the button, the user can press this function key. So let's say F5 for refresh, activate. Similarly, if you want to maintain some menu, you can maintain it here. Let's say main menu is something. And you can double click here and maintain optional. So I'll maintain this refresh here. So this is the function code and this is the text. Activate. Now to load this GUI status, my GUI status name is GUI 100. If you actually go to this folder GUI status, you'll see the GUI status is added here. To load this GUI status, in the PBO module, before the screen is displayed, I can load that status using this statement set PF status. So the system automatically creates this comment line. So uncomment it and here you give the status in uppercase. So GUI 100 is the GUI status. Activate. And whenever the user selects any of those buttons, like for back, exit, cancel buttons, we maintain the function code as back, exit and cancel respectively. Then that will come into your OK code field. So I'll handle those buttons in this command, in this module user command 100. So I'll say again case OK code when back, let's say leave program, or I can say leave to screen 0. That means it will take it to the previous screen. So if you are having multiple screens and from the first screen, if the user navigates to the next screen, and on the next screen if he clicks on back, you want to come to the previous screen, then you can use this statement, leave to screen 0. When exit, I'll say leave program. I won't maintain anything for the cancel button, so it won't work. And for refresh, we also have this refresh button. So I'll say when refresh, if I say leave to transaction and give the transaction code, it will go to that transaction. If I say leave to current transaction, it will reload the same transaction. So that way it will refresh everything. refresh. Now if I run my transaction, right now you see there is no menu, all these buttons are disabled. Now it will load this GUI status. So I have this menu that I've created. In the menu bar, I have this standard toolbar buttons, back, exit, cancel enabled, and I also have this application toolbar button. So when I select this button, for example, if I select this option and click on this, it will reload the transaction. Similarly, if I click on back, it will take me out of the transaction. So if you want to see this in debug mode, I'll keep a breakpoint here and execute. So if I select this menu, refresh, it is calling my user command module, and the OK code is having that function code I maintained for the menu. So it will execute that. So it is reloading the transaction. So like this, you can have different menu options, different application toolbar buttons, and these standard toolbar buttons enabled. So you load this GUI status in the PBO module and you handle the actions in the PAI module. And the good design practice is this application toolbar should be used as shortcuts to your menu. So don't keep any button here that is not already there in the menu. So whatever buttons you keep in the application toolbar should be available in this menu. There is no rule, it will still work if you don't have the button in the menu and just keep it separately here. But the good design practice is this application toolbar should be used as shortcuts to the menu. So any menu options that the user will be frequently using, those we keep as application toolbar buttons. So this is how you can load your GUI. And right now there is no title displayed for our application. So let's create one title. To create a title in this PBO module, you'll also see one comment line, set title bar. So this is the syntax we use to load the title. So here I'll give some title, let's say TITLE name. And if you double click on this, it will ask you to create, say yes, and give some title, my first MP program. Okay. Now if I activate, select this option, this is the title, activate both, and now if I see my transaction, so I have the title. So this is how you can maintain the title for your application. So this is your GUI status. So you define the GUI and load the GUI in PBO, and you handle the actions in PAI. Now one more thing, if I have some mandatory fields on my screen, let's say I'll make this Matnar field as mandatory field. And if you see, now that I have this field as mandatory, if I click on any button, it will ask me to fill this mandatory field. So for this push buttons, this is an expected behavior because I don't want the user to click submit without giving me a value. But let's say the user has opened this transaction and he simply wants to refresh it or simply wants to leave the transaction. So here if it clicks on back, instead of leaving the transaction, it keeps giving that error. So the only way the user can leave this transaction is actually to maintain the value and then click on back. And it doesn't make sense, right? Because the user anyway wants to leave, and without filling this, he should be able to leave. It doesn't make sense to fill this and then click on the back button. Right? So if you want any of these buttons to execute, even if there are some mandatory fields on the screen that are not filled, then we have to maintain these buttons as type E buttons, exit functions. Otherwise, the system will always perform the screen validations before calling the PAI. So none of the code that you have written for these buttons will be executed because the screen is being validated for mandatory fields. However, if you want to bypass that screen validation and execute some code for a button, then this button should be of type E. What do you mean? What do I mean by type E? If I go to this GUI status, let's say for this back button, I still want the screen to validate. So if the user should not be able to click back without filling the mandatory fields. But for exit button, I want it to leave the transaction even if the mandatory fields are not filled. Then if I double click on this function code, here you have something called function type. If I maintain this function type as E, exit command, and if you actually look at the description, it says exit command module at exit command. So if you maintain your code in a module which is called using this addition at exit command, then whenever you click on this button that is having this function type as E, then it will call that module that you are maintaining using that exit command. So for example, for exit button I'm saying function type as E, and for refresh also I'll do the same thing. This also I'll maintain as E. So just because you maintained it as E, it won't work. So I maintained it as E. However, if I click on back, it's giving the error. If I click on exit, it is giving the error. If I click on refresh, it is giving the same error. So just because you made the button as type E, it doesn't work. It doesn't just leave the screen. What we have to do is the module where you're handling these buttons should be called using this. If I go to the screen and we are handling those buttons in this module, so I have to use this at exit command addition. When I use this, then whenever you select a button which is of type E, then it will call this module. So it will bypass that mandatory field check and directly call this particular module. And typically this module should be kept at the beginning of PAI. So now if you see, if I click on back, it doesn't trigger that module because for this back button we didn't maintain type E, so it still gets this error. But if I click on this exit or refresh, it should call that module in which we have written the code to leave the transaction. So here if I say exit, it will allow you to exit. So it is calling this module and executing our code. So here I am saying leave program, so it will leave the program. And similarly, if I click on this refresh, it is bypassing that mandatory field check and calling our module. So it will load the same transaction. However, if I see back, it doesn't trigger that module code at all because for this button we haven't maintained type E as the function code. So if you want to execute some code when the user selects a button, irrespective of whether the mandatory fields are filled or not, then that button should be maintained as type E, and the module in which you are handling the code should be called using this at exit command addition. And typically we limit this only to actions like leaving the transaction or back, exit, cancel buttons. We don't keep our application logic in these modules. So this module should be typically used for leaving your program without filling the mandatory fields. Okay, that's about this GUI status. Let's discuss about some more complex screen elements in the next video. So see you in the next video.